the pace with control of this race. Here comes a run from Davey Hazard. He blocks the 10. Not going to be enough. Ryan Pace is going to win at Talladega.
Curry trying to hold off Wilson. He's done a good job so far. Wilson, one last desperate attempt to the bottom. He won't get there. Nick Curry wins at Bristol.
Coming out turn number 2, coming down the back straightaway here. Looks like he's in a class of his own right now.
Merzlak, one final time, get around the 55, big time send.
He hits the wall, he hits it, he gets the lead, but can he hang on to it? Oh my goodness, he made it to the line!
Big push down the backstretch is going to give him a good run through the corners.
Just a little bit
follow from the 1.
A little bit of contact there for second, but coming to the line, Toby Roberson's going to take home the checkered flag and victory here from the new Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Before I wrap things up here in this segment, your thoughts on the type of race we're going to see tonight? And I would have to agree.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to tonight's very merry, very special Christmas special with our friends here at HOBO Racing on JTN. We're so glad you joined us here tonight. A happy holidays to you, your entire family, a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, happy every holiday here at this time of year, but a very Merry Christmas to all you folks out there. So glad you joined us here tonight on JTN. As always, my name is JoeTowNetwork up here in the booth with our best producer in all of esports, Bristol the dog, running the cameras here tonight. It's just a classic Joe and Bristol show here tonight from Daytona for what promises to be a very special night of HOBO racing action here live on JTN. A reminder, folks, to make sure if you haven't already, click the like button on the video and subscribe. Again, doing so helps support us so much here on JTN. It helps support these drivers here at HOBO Racing. You're going to see qualifying results start to go across the top of your screens. This, of course, Merry Christmas from HOBO Racing. From Daytona here tonight. 70 laps for us here this evening around this 2.5-mile super speedway. What promises again to be a fantastic, a stellar, a spectacular, a very merry race here tonight from the high banks just outside, just down the street from Daytona Beach. See Judy and Kevin all in chat. Welcome in. Thank you for tuning in. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. I hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday evening here. Can't thank you enough for taking some time out of it to join us here on JTN. Of course, this is your AutoSim 2 race preview. Remember, AutoSim 2 now available on Steam. With the winter sale starting in 2 days, discounted rates there on AutoSim 2, so go check it out if you've had it on your watch list or want list for a while. Now is the perfect time to buy, or maybe you need something for the holiday. You get a copy of AutoSim 2. Again, available now on Steam. Just search AutoSim 2. Daytona could be one of these tracks that you never know what's going to happen. And with that being said, this is one of those races where you don't know what's going to happen because it's a fun race. It's a holiday race, a festive race. You see all these drivers out there going to have a good time putting on a great show for you folks at home. We're just glad to be along for the ride up here in the booth. Would love to hear throughout the night. We'll ask you a couple different questions, so be sure to be active in chat and say hello. Always appreciate you guys tuning in here early on, especially when we're starting this thing off, especially when I'm by myself and I'm just rambling at this point, waiting for qualifying to conclude. Matt Stern right now on the provisional pole as qualifying has concluded. So let's go ahead and take you through tonight's starting lineup. On pole tonight, it's going to be that number 4 car of Matt Stern at a time of 47.101 seconds. To his outside on row number 1, it'll be the 73 car of Herman Reese. Row 2 sees the 59 of Duke Sorensen, the 31 of Jeff Sukenis. Row 3 is the number 10 of Randy Smith, and the 6 of Rich Knappick, starting in 6th. 7th tonight is going to be the 46 of Bob Gibson, and rounding out that row number 4 is the 11 of Steve Grant. Mark DeSenza in the 33 and Joe Peacher in the 5 round out your top 10 here tonight. Row 6 sees the 9 of Jeff Fugate and the 04 of Tom Musa. Dan Rubino rolls off in 13th in his number 44 car, with Ron Simpson in the 25 to his outside. Row number 8 here tonight is the 27 of Frank Bombi and the 79 of Mike Rogers. Back on row number 9, it's the 00 of Gary Jackson in 17th and the 28 of Keith McLean in 18th. Rounding out your field tonight on the final row, the 22 of Jason San Diego and the 23 of Maverick, making us have a field of 20 cars and drivers here tonight from Daytona. Again, Christmas special with our friends here at the HOBO Racing League. Remember, if you want to get in on the action, head to hoboracing.com. We got their linked in the video description below as well. So if you want to get in on the action for 2024, you can head on over there. Cup Series racing on Tuesday nights and Truck Series racing on Sunday nights. See teammates there, Steve Grant, Bob Gibson, drafting with each other here. Putting in some tandem lap times. Takes 2 to tango. Takes 2 to get in trouble. Again, just working happy hour here. Everyone getting some final laps. They'll take a couple approaches to pit lane, as you see the 11 and 46 doing here. Grant doing a great job. Just got to get down to the speed. He will. And Rubino in a Ford tonight, the number 44 Mustang there. I feel like Bino's always in a Chevrolet. Interesting to see him in a Ford here this evening. Getting Bino's TV time. See Rich Nafik there in the 6. Bob Gibson in the 46. Yeah, it's gonna be one of these races where it's gonna be interesting to see how aggressive drivers are early on in this thing, or what they elect to do. You see Tom Musa there in the 04 TMP Productions car. Car Keith McLean getting out on track here. Reigning Cup Series champion here at HOBO Racing. Keith down pit lane. Kind of a very quiet happy hour here tonight. Quiet up here in the booth too, I know, but quiet nonetheless. So cars will get lined up here on the grid in mere moments. Happy hour coming to a close. Again, 70 laps for us here tonight from Daytona. Again, so glad you're joining us here on JTN. Remember, if you haven't already, click the like button on the video, subscribe, make sure you stay up to date with everything we have going on here on JTN. Again, hitting that subscribe button, easiest way to do so. Drivers being called to their cars. We'll watch them get gridded up here at the World's Center Racing.
Drivers, start your engines!
Field rolls off the grid. Drivers are fired up. We're fired up here at JTN. Again, a very Merry Christmas to everyone out there. See Barbara, Lifelike both tuning in. Welcome in. Hello. Thank you for taking some time out of your Tuesday night to tune in with us here on JTN. Again, looking forward to a wonderful race here tonight. It's Matt Stern on the pole in the number 4 car with Herman Reese to his outside. Duke Sorensen, Jessica Kennis there on row number 2. Row 3 is Randy Smith and Rich Knappick. Bob Gibson and Steve Grant back there in row 4. Then Mark DeSenza and Joe Peacher rounding out your top 10 here tonight. 70 laps on the docket. 70 circuits to get it done. It's going to be a good one, folks. 175 miles here from the Daytona International Speedway. We'll see if they're able to keep it clean and green throughout this one here tonight. Have an expectation that they're going to be a little crazier here this evening. Looks like we're seeing the field bounce in and out, so we'll try to get that fixed. But so we come to take the green flag. Matt Stern with control. We're underway racing here from Daytona. And we're missing some cars from your television screen, so we're going to have to get that fixed if we get an early caution. But you see Stern able to clear Herman Reese there. He'll drop to the outside line and try to take the momentum away from Reese and the rest of the competitors up there. Matt Stern able to lead lap 1 here again early on in this race. Kind of a feeling out process occurring. Hit the button. Yes, hit the like button. Please hit the like button if you haven't already. Thank you, Ann. I was like, what are we... Matt Stern, though, out in front of the field here early on in this one. Single file at the front of this field. An early portion of this race here at Daytona. You see two of those Team Speedland cars side by side with each other. Danny is... Where is Danny? See, we are having all kinds of issues showing all the cars. There's Danny in the 44 car. There's Bob Gibson trying to lead an inside line charge towards the front. Step away just for a second here, folks, so we can try to get everything. I don't know why we're missing cars. We can go to this page. It'll give you the running order there on the left-hand side of your screen. Updates on where your favorites are. As Herman Reese goes for the lead here off of turn number 2. Or 4, rather, excuse me. Oh, Bino's into the wall. Car around, first caution of the night. Dan Rubino spun around here. Let's try to find it. Folks, we're having issues. He just isn't hit by anyone. He goes around. This is one of those where I have a feeling we're having some technical issues that maybe these drivers aren't having. But yeah, Bino just disappeared. Still in the race, though. You can see him here. This is live. Down a tire, going slow. But he's there. So while those things are getting sorted out, we're gonna quickly hit a reset of our end here on JTN. We'll stay live with you. It's again a good time to remind you folks, if you haven't already, click the like button on the video and subscribe. Again, doing so helps support us so much here on JTN. We can't thank you enough, as always, for all of your support. Big thank you to our friends here at HOBO Racing as well for bringing us out here tonight. No, Steve Rubino feeling under the weather. Steve, if you're out there watching, hope you're feeling better. Hope everyone out there's having a wonderful holiday season. A Merry Christmas to everyone. Happy holidays. Yeah, and so what happens is the base of the story is there's this file that you have in the game that runs, and it makes it so you can see everyone's car. And apparently I had the wrong file loaded. Think we got it sorted now. I'm hoping we have it sorted now. So we'll bring back live. Herman Reese in the lead here after the first round of pit stops under caution tonight, working lap number 8 of 70. The first caution of the night is out. There we go. We can see everyone now. I have absolutely no clue why that was happening. It'd be funny if everyone was invisible, though. I mean, I don't know. I think an invisible like cloak would be a pretty cool Christmas gift. Which leads me to my first question of the night. What is the best gift you've gotten for a holiday? It could be, you know, Christmas. It could even be your birthday. But what's the best gift that you've ever received? Let us know in chat. Love to hear them. And, doesn't, you know, you say the gift of family time, I might call you a liar, but that's okay. So we'll be coming back to green here. Herman Reese with control. See how he gets on here for this restart. Again, coming back to lap 10 of 70. Herman Reese with control. Green flag. We're back underway here from Daytona. Lap 10 of 70. Already see Fugate there trying to get to the outside of pole sitter Matt Stern. Stern is falling back to the 4th spot. You see Rich Knappick with a slow restart there in 3rd out of that number 6 car. He's fallen back. Matt Stern to the inside of Rich there for the 3rd spot. Get on by, and he's got help behind. No one playing nice with the 6 car. He must have made the naughty list. Yes, all gifts are special. All gifts are special indeed. Herman Reese trying to fend off Matt Stern, who's got a heck of a push right now from Fugate in the number 9. They'll be side by side here down the back straightaway. It's going to start going ebb and flow back and forth here at the front as they get 2 by 2 by 2. It's kind of helped save Knappick in the 6. It was looking like he was getting freight trained by the bottom. They'll kind of get bottled up here now at the front of the field. Where does Matt Stern go if he can clear this outside line? Again, the momentum usually carries that outside line down the straightaways. Inside line, though, looking like the better place to be for the time being. Stern back to the point. A cluster of cars here at the front of the field. You see this pack swarming. No, Judy, we're under green. They're just pacing side by side. Just making it look fun for us. And nerve-wracking here at the front of the field. Car out of line back there, that's Bombi in that blue Camaro. Ooh, a little bit of bumper tag there in the outside line. You saw the 31 get uneasy. Now Herman Reese kind of edging back ahead here of Matt Stern, the outside line with the numbers. Or at least the momentum, because the inside line looks to have the numbers, but the outside more formed up here at the front. Top two in the outside now clear with Stekenis in the 31. These cars get a little loose on exit. Napick there in the 6, very uneasy. That Maker's Mark Ford does not look very friendly on corner exit right now. He'll make a move to the bottom here, try to get in front of that Crown Royal Chevrolet of Matt Stern. He'll look to the inside now for second. Is Napick in the 6? He'll be looking for the lead here before too long. Side by side with Herman Reese for the top spot off of turn 4. They stay door to door. 73 coming down a little bit. Inside line still not formed up completely. Here comes Stern to the back bumper of the number 6 car. He turns him. Rich Napick into the grass. A heck of a save out of driver number 6. He's going to have to try to rejoin. He's going to come up into the pack. Crashes into Jason San Diego. Both of these cars in a heap. San Diego tumbling down the banking. Oh, Gary Jackson, big hit. He's flipping. Rapino involved. Peacher also going around. Second caution of the night here on lap 16. Folks, this was a, oh man, please don't happen moment, and it did. A hellacious hit there for Jason San Diego in the 22. Nothing he could have done. And then gets hit in the back by Gary Jackson in the 00. Go on board with Ron Simpson, the Exalta car, right behind Jason San Diego. You'll see Napick get turned out of line. There's that 6 car veering off to the left. You're going to lose him in your eyesight for a second, and here he comes. Whew. Tom Musa barely getting through that one. Napick again here in the 6. Ugh. Barbara, I don't know. I think Rich thought he could save the car and, well, oh man. Like we're losing our connection to the server. Having some issues. Apologies, folks. Doesn't normally happen.
Drivers, to your cars.
Merry Christmas, Greg. Happy holidays, Benjamin in chat. Tom Moose is out in front of the field in the 0-4. And working our second caution of the night. A reminder, we got great racing action coming up here on JTN. TMP Winter Cup Series from Indy, 8:50 p.m. Eastern Time next Wednesday night. Then Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series action kicks off their year January 4th from Daytona. Coverage kicking off at 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time. Then BSR Cup Series action from Atlanta the following week, 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time. Those races and much, much more going to be live right here only on JTN. Tom Musa out in front. He's going to go ahead and come down pit lane this time around. That'll give way to Herman Reese, who will be your race leader once again. Kind of wait for these pace car lights to go out so we can get back going green. And hope everyone's having a wonderful holiday season. Hopefully you're going to be able to spend it with family. Expect us to go back green next time around, hopefully. That's funny, Ben. So getting ready to go back green. We'll go back green lap 21 of 70. So 50 laps to go. When we get back going, Herman Reese going to have control. Jeff Skennis there in second. Mark DeSenza. Duke Sorensen, Matt Stern, your top 5. Then Fugate, Bombi, Smith, Grant, and Gibson, your top 10. Go back green again with 50 laps remaining. So Herman Reese with control here for the restart. Cadillac CTS. Luxury at the front of the field. And back away we go. Green flag once again here from Daytona. Top 4 all going to get single file pushing on each other quick. Here comes Matt Stern, though. He elects to take his momentum and go to the bottom. Bombi there in the 27, quickly catching. Front of this field has been splintered. You see how things have kind of shook out. Little bit of indecisiveness there, so as you see some of these cars kind of weeble wobbling. Yes, Bristol is a good boy. These Stern's starting to fall back here. This outside line kind of it's dominant right now. Matt Stern trying to lead this inside line. He just doesn't have enough help right now. Going to need one of these cars in the top 4 to drop to the bottom. You see, all the top 4 thought about dropping to the bottom there. As Fugate and Stern will continue to be side by side. Stern now kind of nosing to the inside of Sorensen. Thank you, Greg. I will take the congratulations. Here comes Stekhenis. He's going to look to the inside of Herman Reese on the exit of the tri-oval, looking for the lead here. Help from his teammate Fugate in the number 9 is coming. And Stekhenis barely now going to be clear of Herman Reese. Can he get up in front? I think he's going to try to pull his teammate with him. Want to try to get numbers to the front of the field. You can, your friends are few and far between, and sometimes a teammate is the best friend that you can get. As Tekenis and Fugate now both clear of Herman Reese in the 73. They have the option to move to the outside together. We'll see if they... Not looking like they're going to elect to do so. You saw Tekenis jump to the outside. Stern was able to push the 9 forward. Now Fugate has the option to get up in front of Matt Stern, and he will slide up there. And going on our longest run of the race. Tekenis going to get have another charge here to the inside, trying to get the lead back from teammate Fugate. They're in the 9. Got help from Herman Reese behind. Kind of this shuffling at the front of the field. You're seeing these guys, the tires will start to go away. These cars, they'll start slip sliding around a little bit more and more here and there. I see guys get a little more aggressive with the moves too as the run goes on. As you approach the second half of this race here in a few laps, we'll move into that portion. For the time being, it's the number 9 Dodge Charger of Jeff Fugate, the Sundrop car, out in front of the field. Here comes that Crown Royal 4 of Matt Stern now to the inside. No immediate help behind. Descenza to the back of the 9. Mark Descenza back out on track. Been a while since we've called his name here on JTN. Good to see the 33 Wrangler colors back there on the Speedway. Right now, giving a heck of a push to the number 9 as they're both clear of the inside line. Descenza to the point. Help from Sorensen in the 59. Got a second pack of cars further on back, led by Dan Rubino, and then the rest of the field. Top 13 altogether, then 14th through 16th, they're in a pack. Gary Jackson out of this race in the 00. To Kennis, that was close there with the 4. You're going to start to watch these cars on the bottom. They'll start to kind of drift up. The car starts to get tight as the tires go away. So those cars drift up on corner exit. And it's going to be imperative that the guys in the outside line give those guys on the inside just a little bit of room. If they don't, you're going to run into issues like we almost saw there off the corner. Right front to left rear usually is not a good a recipe for a good cookie. Usually it's a bad cookie or a disaster. Bob Gibson making it 3 wide here for second. Gonna put somebody on the outs, almost some contact. Descends and gives him room and lets him get down to the bottom, but an aggressive move from the driver of the 46 to get to the lead of this inside line, taking it 3 wide for second. Returns 1 and 2. It pays off for the time being as Gibson going for the lead here off the final corner. Contact there with the 4 from the number 9. Gibson in the 46, though. He goes to the point. He's clear of both lanes. Where does he choose to go? Bob's doing an excellent job there at the front of the field right now in that 46 car. We talk a lot of times with special events like this HOBO Racing Christmas special. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to all you folks out there. Whatever holiday you celebrate this time of year, but see Stekenis, one of the first cars to come down pit lane, and saw the pack of 3. They came down last time by Stekenis all by his lonesome. Part of why you come by yourself, you don't want to be involved in anyone else's mess. But we talked about special events like tonight where there's no points on the line. There's nothing larger at stake outside of winning the race here tonight. And that can be so crucial for some of these guys to allow them to just kind of let go and have some fun and make some moves that I don't know if we typically see. I don't think we'd see Gibson in this 46 make that 3 wide move that got him to the lead. If this was maybe a points-paying race down the stretch during the regular season in the Cup Series. More cars down pit road, led by Sorensen. Champion Keith McLean there in the 28. Hard on the brakes. He's probably speeding. Ron Simpson and Frank Bombay all down pit lane. Gibson's still your leader. Have to think the rest of these cars are going to have to come down this time by. Rest of the field now coming down pit lane. Gibson really aggressive on the chip. You're going to see kind of how the cars merge here. This big pack, I think they're going to get out together fairly well. Bob will stay out in front of the field. So with DeSenza right behind him, Stern there going to be able to catch their draft. How quick the gap between the 4 and the 9 closes will be crucial. If these next 3 can kind of catch up. Herman Reese might be in his own little exclusion zone right now in this 73. Might be just a little out of reach of the 10 car. He'll get help from Maverick. Everyone kind of split up here throughout this field. So really right now, Gibson's sitting in a fantastic spot in this 46 car. Only got 2 cars with him. It might turn into a pack of 6, but even a pack of 6 is more manageable than the pack of 13 that we had going into that cycle of green flag pit stops. And that's why these green flag pit stops, folks, can be so crucial. As they kind of they string out the field as DeSenza tries to make a move here. That's going to allow that second pack to close in. Those cars punching a larger hole in the air. As now Fugate is there, so he'll bring that second pack. And we'll make a pack of 6 here at the front of the field. So now 6 cars at the front. It feels like these will be the 6 to the end. If we don't get a caution. If you're one of the spotters on one of these cars, I think you don't want a caution. You just tell your driver to take it easy. Don't worry about it. Don't do anything too crazy here to jeopardize all this good track position you have. Track position on a super speedway sounds so bad too, doesn't it? I don't want to talk about track position. It's a super speedway race. Track position don't matter? Yes, it does, folks. Track position always matters. I repeat, track position always matters. The 6 cars at the front, a pack of 4 starting to form further on back. And a grouping of 2, Simpson all by himself. Tom Musa has Peacher with him. Dan Rubino on the 44 also all by his lonesome. He's in danger of going a lap down here as the leaders start to close in. Mark DeSenza, though, out in front of this field. Matt Stern there in the 4 looking to the inside. No help immediately from the 9 of Fugate. Fugate kind of back it up a little bit here. See if he gets a run. He'll drive to the outside of Stern in the 4, because that's the easier pass. You don't have to do any work to get around that guy if he doesn't get any help from behind. Also to note, 3-team Speedland cars here in this top 6. We'll see how they work together as this run wears on there. 46, the 11, and the 10. Stern kind of getting caught in the middle of this sandwich here as DeSenza still leads. Fugate in second. And Gibson there in third. Folks, it's just a waiting game now. You see these leaders, they're migrating to the bottom. Probably have another round of pit stops here in 10 laps or so, even quicker maybe. Thank you, Barbara. Have a very Merry Christmas. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you for tuning in as always. Have a Happy New Year as well. So Descends is still out in front. Fugate there in second. We're just kind of... Folks, we're kind of watching it here. Waiting and seeing. But for the time being, they're single file. They're having fun at the front. They're just waiting for that last pit stop. Then they'll get a little crazy. The second pack, they're going around Dan Romano there in the 44. It's been an off night for that team. Thank you, Barb. 20 laps to go here from Daytona. 50 miles left in this one, folks. That's just a country drive. HN's coverage, HOBO Racing Christmas special here on Tuesday, December 19th. Again, can't thank you enough for tuning in. You see things getting a little dicey here at the front. Team Speedland cars trying to get the outside line to work here in this top 6, but really done too much. That second pack is closing the gap. They're staying in line. They're working together as those leaders continue to race side by side. That'll allow the second pack to close in. Don't know if they'll be able to get there, though, before the next round of green flag pit stops. That would be crucial. To be there for that next round of pit stops, you can't have the mistakes that you had on the first round. That's kind of what we're going to be watching, waiting, and hopefully seeing. Gibson now pulling even with Descenza. Steve Grant doing an excellent job right now pushing this 46 car, at least giving him a chance there on the outside to try to retake the lead. They'll be side by side through turns 1 and 2. Again, closing in on pit stops as well. Just another factor to watch as this race wears on. Descenza on the bottom, Gibson on the outside, still side by side, both with good help behind. Inside line even formed up a little bit better, having issues trying to keep up with the outside with the straightaway speed that they're able to get via the momentum that they generate there on that outside lane. 6 cars here at the front of the field. You see the rest of your top 10 a little bit further back off screen. Those 4 cars can get within a second of these top 6. It'll allow them to kind of use some of that draft and pull within striking distance. Now the outside line, they're just going to pull away. Stern jumps up there. Top 3 all clear. So Team Speedland, 1, 2, 3 power move to get to the front of the field. So with those Speedland cars, 1, 2, 3, it kind of gonna give him a stranglehold here on the rest of this race. Sends it down pit lane. He's by himself. That is risky. Rest of these guys try to make sure they can go to the end of this race. They should be good here. Everyone should be good here to make it to the end on fuel when you make this pit stop. Just 15 laps to go. And the leaders, they're approaching that second pack of cars as they were off pit lane as Gibson and Grant both pit. Grant with a better run to the pit lane. Saw Ron Simpson had to come back down pit lane. He was kind of part of this pack of 4 as Maverick and Herman Reese are nose to tail. Pack of 3 that has yet to pit. They're going to pull up to the back bumper of Jessica Kennis here. They'll be able to use the draft off that 31. A lot of lines, so they're going to go as far as they can here on this tank of fuel Less fuel for this stop. Have to think no tires on these cars, too. As now Smith and Fugate come down pit lane, but Matt Stern gonna stay out in the 4. Let's see, I think this 4 car is going to come this time around. There he goes. Now he'll have to pit by himself. And just to... Not going to lie to you folks, I am a little puzzled by how this cycle of stops is kind of played out. You see Randy Smith getting back up to speed in 10. Simpson will go on by him. Steve Grant is up to speed. Matt Stern in his box, waiting to fuel up on that 4 car. He's down and away. Here comes Randy Smith in the 10. You see Musa and Steve Grant, they're drafting. Musa a lap down, though. Randy Smith able to go on by, so he'll retake the lead here. Steve Grant again pushing Tom Musa. Ron Simpson going to get behind the 10 car, Randy Smith, so he'll go a lap down. So Musa and Simpson going to be battling for the lucky dog. Coming up on Keith McLean, defending Cup Series champion in the 28. He'll be going a lap down. $11 laps to go here from Daytona. Simpson getting out of the way of Musa, who has a head of steam, getting pushed by the 11 car, Steve Grant. Now Randy Smith will have to come down to block. Grant gonna try to get out of line, squeeze in front of the 28 car. He wants to try to find a way around Tom Musa. Musa going to try to find a way around Randy Smith. Grant getting all over the back bumper of the 04 here. Now he'll drop to the bottom. Ten laps to go. As we start talking with each other, spotters, and say, "Don't wreck, please." So with Randy Smith out in front, Steve Grant there in second, Fugate in third. They have to be feeling pretty good. Herman Reese now leading that second pack of cars, followed by Maverick, Bob Gibson, Matt Stern. Feature in the 5 has kind of lost them. So right now the top 3, they have some stragglers. They got some lap cars with them to help bolster their numbers. Those cars don't seem to be as fast. Gibson didn't have a good entry to pit lane. That's where he kind of lost some time to Steve Grant. I think that's, if you lose half a second there, it's worth a second on the racetrack. And once you lose a second on the racetrack, you lose the draft. And bada bing, bada boom, you're in the situation that the 46 is in. He was up here with these guys. Same thing with Stern in the 4. I mean, it was those two and the top 3 right now on your screen. Yeah, no wind. No wind. Andy Smith having to hold off a teammate Fugate in that 9. He's going to kind of have the insurmountable object in front of him with those two Team Speedland teammates at the front. Would have to think that Steve Grant not going to sell out his teammate. If you're Speedland, you got to make Fugate decide who wins the race. Don't get too crazy with each other. Want to bring home a victory for the team. Six to go. And that's kind of the portion of the race where you tense up a little bit. You kind of start second guessing some of your movements and what you want to do here. You start thinking about these moves a little bit longer, and as you continue to think about the moves, that you maybe react a little bit slower. You don't make the move right when you should, and when that happens, oh boy, that's when mistakes, when accidents, when trouble strikes. And that is the moment in this race we are quickly approaching. Four laps to go at the line. Again, it's a single file freight train here at the front. Top 3 on your screen, the 10, the 11, and the 9. Your top 3 on tracks, 28 and 04. They are both a lap down. I agree, Craig. I was surprised. Randy's kind of just... I think he's just been waiting. He's just been kind of taking his time. Steve Grant starting to get aggressive here to the back bumper, getting a big push from Fugate in the 9. Thought Keith McLean had to get out of the line. I think maybe some games afoot here at the front of the field. Maybe Smith trying to back up to the front bumper of the 11 trying to back up to the 9, and the 9 trying to back up to the 28. 3 laps to go when we hit the line here from Daytona. Senza just went a lap down, so only top 10 left on the lead lap. See further on back there, still single file. From 4th on back. Fugate, big move to the outside, has help from Keith McLean in the 28. Grant able to cover it. Smith covers Grant. The snake starting to form down the back straightaway thing. It's going to be so hard to make a move here, folks. You need help to make moves on these super speedways and these drivers. Just not a lot of help there at the front of the field. Steve Grant staying loyal to the back bumper of the 10 for the time being. Fugate looking to the outside. 2 laps to go. What can Fugate do in this situation? He's got to try to break up these two Team Speedland cars. But even if you break them up, how can you make a move on the one that's leading? Randy Smith out in front of the field looking for another victory. Live here on JTN. Got one earlier this year as part of the Cup Series coverage. Looking to take home the win here tonight in the HOBO Racing Christmas Special into turns 3 and 4 for the penultimate time. Teammate Steve Grant behind him, Fugate on the outside with help from both lapped cars now. Off the final corner, Grant going to be side by side with Fugate. Randy Smith has a decision to make. Does he go up and block the 9? White flag, 1 lap to go. And Smith waited. He stayed in front of his teammate, and that's going to allow the 9 car, Fugate, to get to the outside. They'll be side by side for the lead here through turns 1 and 2. Smith coming up the track, trying to side draft the 9. It's not going to be enough. Fugate, with help from the 28, momentum down the back straightaway, has carried that outside line throughout the night. Can Randy Smith get enough help from his teammate Steve Grant in the 11 into 3 and 4 for the final time? Side by side, setting up for a photo finish. Your Death Craver 1 to go. New book available now on Amazon. It's going to be Jeff Fugate taking home the victory here in the HOBO Racing Christmas Special. Help from the lap. Traffic pays off. Fugate gets the victory. Randy Smith ends it in heartbreak. Steve Grant going to round out your podium. Jeff Fugate takes home the victory tonight in the HOBO Racing Christmas Special. A stellar finish from the driver of the number 9. He'll burn it down here for the fans in Daytona. He'll try to burn it down. There he goes. So Fugate, your race winner. We'll get post-race results on your screens here in a few moments. Get one more look at this finish. Fugate in that 9 on the outside just clears the 10 at the line. Wins it here from Daytona. Again, folks, we'll get results on your screens here in a few moments. I'd like to remind you, if you haven't already, drop a like on the video and subscribe. Again, doing so helps support us so much here on JTN. As always, can't thank you enough for that support. Or you can also follow us on our social media at JoeTowNetwork on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, X. On all the platforms to keep you covered all the time. A 20 car count here tonight, but we only have 17 on our result sheet. Those results going to be on your screens here in mere moments, and there they are. You see Fugate, your race winner here tonight in the number 9. Randy Smith, Steve Grant rounding out your top 3. Yeah, lappers played a role at the end of that race, huh? Still waiting for these drivers to make their way into the media center, folks. So while we wait for them, let's go ahead and get a word with our friends from AutoSim 2. Have you ever wanted to manage your own racing team? Or what if you could go back in time to see if a particular season could have finished differently? Well, folks, have no fear, because AutoSim 2 is here. With fully customizable roster files, you can create your own world or try to recreate the past. Heck, you could even try to predict the future through AutoSim 2's Sim Mode. Don't like the passive approach? Well, then get more hands-on in Owner Mode, where you decide who drives your cars and what companies will sponsor them. Down on your luck? Well, then scout some new talent that will get you to the top. Already super successful? Try moving up the ladder or expanding to truly solidify your racing empire. However you want to play, AutoSim 2 has you covered and is now available for purchase through the Steam store for $9.99. Now go make your mark and build your legacy in AutoSim 2. Remember, folks, AutoSim 2 is now available on Steam, also available at the end of this week on part of the Steam winter sale. Know if Jeff wanted to talk to us. Let's go ahead and give us 1 second here. All right, let's go ahead and head down to Victory Lane and talk with the driver of the number 9, Jeff Gate. Jeff, buddy, race win here tonight. How's it feel?
It's awesome. That was a fun race.
These super speedway races, we've seen them where they're hectic, green, white, checkered finish, long green flag runs. Tonight, multiple green flag pit stops. How much fun is that as a driver to have to kind of attack the track and attack pit lane especially?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Braking, going into pits, trying to brake smooth and stay, out of trouble going down that, and then just picking the right lap to go. You got to watch too many cars go down and try to space it out. But yeah, we did pretty good in pitting tonight, gained some spots there, and but yeah, it was a lot of fun tonight. A lot of close, good racing.
When you see that you're up there, top 3, you got a couple lap cars, but you're top 3 with 2 teammates. How tough is that to try to split those guys up, knowing that they're going to work with each other throughout the rest of the race?
Well, we try to work with each other as much as we can, and cycle each other around the lead laps and that kind of stuff. And we draft. That's one thing at the super speedway tracks is you got to draft close and tight. And I mean, sometimes some of these guys are, some of them can draft close, some of them can't, and some of them you can't draft close with, or they'll, you don't want to touch them or get too close. They get all over the place. So you got to pick and choose. The other thing is momentum here is so important. You have to check up or something. And it's like about a lap and a half. It seems like sometimes or a little more to get back where you were.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well,
yeah, it's a lot of work sometimes.
Hey, a lot of work, hard day's work, a big victory here tonight, Jeff. Congratulations on the win. Before we let you go, I want to give you the opportunity. As always, you got great people, great partners as part of this number 9 team. Of course, it's the holiday season, so I give you the opportunity to send out your best wishes to folks. And here's the microphone. The floor is yours. You know what to do.
Well, thanks for doing a good job on these broadcasts, Steve and Dan, keeping this thing going. It's nice to get the Speedway Motorsports Dodge in the winter circle at the beginning of the season or preseason, I guess. And thank Keith for helping me there at the end. I needed that extra draft. But and then, of course, Herman and Jeff, it's all working together good. I'm looking forward to another good season starting here before long this next year.
Well, Jeff, again, Very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Hope you have a fantastic New Year. Congratulations on the win here tonight. It's always a pleasure to get the opportunity to talk with you. And again, as always, can't thank you enough for your time. Go celebrate this one and have a great end of your year.
All right. Merry Christmas and New Year to you too. Thanks.
If Fugate Driver, the number 9, your race winner here tonight. Let's go ahead and bring in next our second place finisher. He's the driver of the number 10, Randy Smith. Randy, you got a copy?
I got you, Joe. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I have to ask, what was kind of going through your mind there at the end of that race? You got Steve there behind you. Jeff's back there, kind of. I don't know if you had a thought that maybe the lapped cars would go with them, or what was kind of going through your head in those last laps. Saw a lot of aggressive moves down the straightaways to try to keep those guys behind you. Really good moves, too, I might add.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to be too aggressive on the moves. We knew that they were teammates and they were coming. I just was hoping that the lap car wouldn't race the leaders, and with a couple laps to go. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking, why is he racing me?
Is it a little more understandable with it being like a non-points race and kind of for fun, or?
I don't know. Not really.
Okay. No, hey, it's a fair. It's the answer. It's the right answer, right?
Well, it's a good turnout though for the race. And
so, if that 9 car is kind of green and yellow, he's kind of like the Grinch for you in this 10 team. Kind of that, or maybe I don't know. I don't know where I'm going, Randy. I don't know where I'm going. I'm trying. I'm fishing here. If you couldn't tell. But you had a stellar run. We saw you there in that second long green flag run between those green flag pit stops. Kind of that pack of 6 that you guys had. You kind of hung out at the back of it, and then you, Bob, and Steve, you were able to make the outside line work, push you 3 to the front. How were you able to work so well together in this race as teammates?
I was getting a little hot there, so that's why I was staying back. And I did that earlier in the year, and they were kind of chomping at the bit to get me to help them. And so as soon as I helped them, it took a little bit, but we got around them, so that was pretty good. Bob likes to be fast and aggressive, so he was doing good.
Well,
the Grinch, yeah, you could say that, but that's all right.
Well, Randy, I appreciate you letting me have fun up here in the booth. That I think at your expense a little bit. So I will shut up. I'll give you the microphone. I know you got great partners on the car. You got great teammates and a team supporting you in this 10. I'm sure you got great holiday wishes to send out. So I want to give you the floor, give you the mic, and buddy, let it loose. Floor is yours. You know what to do.
Yeah, we got to thank the Bino brothers and HOBO Racing for continuing on here with this thing we do every week, and it's a lot of fun. I was kind of antsy to get back to it and start running again, so I was glad to have this, and now I'll be glad to have a little time off again. But so HOBO and all these guys at HOBO that show up, and I expected a little bigger field tonight, but that's okay. And I got to thank my teammates. I have a whole bunch of them. I'm not even going to mention all of them, but Team Speedland with Steve Grant and Bob was there to help us tonight, and Maverick was there, Jason was in there. So we had, quite a few. There's a couple more maybe there, but yeah, this thing's become a teammate thing, kind of, it looks like. So
It's the name of the game. It's the name of the game on these super speedways. Randy, again, congratulations on a great run here tonight. As always, it's a pleasure getting to talk with you. Hope we get to talk with you more here in 2024 with the HOBO Racing Cup Series. And again, congratulations on the run. Can't thank you enough for your time. Have a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, and looking forward to talking with you more in 2024.
Yeah, I forgot to give a shout out to Jeff Fugate on the win. And at least he didn't have all of his teammates. Usually they kick our butts over here, They get 3 or 4 of them together, and they're hard to beat. So thanks a lot for the broadcast, and we'll talk to you next year.
Heck yeah. Randy, thank you as always. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, and we'll see you next year.
Oh, yeah. Happy holidays to everybody. Thanks.
Randy Smith, driver the number 10, your second place finisher here tonight. Let's go ahead and finally bring in our third place finisher. He's the driver of the number 11, Steve Grant. Steve, you got a copy?
Yeah, go ahead, Joe.
Hey, buddy. Third place finish. It was a very solid night for you and Team Speedland. A lot of really good teamwork there. How good does that feel as kind of a way to end the year here at Hobo with this special race tonight?
Yeah, it feels pretty good. I mean, we finished third in the points for the season, so it was just a fun race. But I knew we were going to get overtaken with 3 cars on the outside. I was like, well, I'll try to hold them up as long as I can. But yeah, it was just fun. I wasn't going to try to wreck anybody.
How we saw you're sitting there in second, you're sitting there behind Randy, and I use the word aggressive with Randy about kind of the moves everyone's making there in that line at the end, and I think it has negative connotations, and I don't want those to come across in this, because the aggressive moves that you guys were making to kind of keep those guys behind you, they weren't bad moves. A lot of times we use that word aggressive and people automatically think, oh, that means you think it's bad. No, they were good moves. They were aggressive moves. They were to keep those guys behind you. How much preparation and experience goes into being able to make those moves so fluidly and so effectively, especially in crunch time like it was tonight?
I guess it's just knowing who you're running with. I figured Jeff wouldn't push the issue too much, so I was trying to make my car as fast as I could there. That's why I kept swinging up in the lane to kind of slow them down a little bit. But once he got close enough, I was kind of like, yeah, I didn't want to push it any farther, so I just moved down.
And then to close it out, I mean, how much fun is it in a special race like this where you get to work with your teammates as well as you guys did at Team Speedland tonight? I mean, you, Randy, Bob, you're all up there. Maverick had a really solid showing, finished 5th tonight. How much fun is that behind the wheel to kind of have all the teammates working in the same direction, working with each other in one of these special events like tonight?
Oh, it was great. If we could have all gotten in and out of the pits on time, it would have really been great, but just didn't work that way. But and then Jason got caught up in that first caution. I think that was the only caution we had, but it is what it is. It was fun. It was fun to see everybody. Again, I haven't raced in 4 weeks, so it was a good break.
Well, Steve, again, congratulations on a great run. Congratulations to you and the entire team on a fantastic 25th anniversary season. Before we let you go, want to give you the opportunity, as always, got great partners and folks supporting you in this 11 team, but also want to give you the opportunity of being the holiday season to send out your wishes. Floor is yours, buddy. You know what to do.
Well, I definitely would like to wish everybody in the league and other leagues and you guys a Merry Christmas. It's been a great season. Just really enjoy racing here. It's been a blast. We're looking forward to next year. We're coming back, the whole team. So we'll see how it goes next year. I also want to give a shout out to Stenzo, our old teammate over there. We're going to try to get him back on the track slowly.
Well, Steve, again, we're looking forward to what 2024 is to bring in year 26 for you and Team Speedland. Congratulations on a fantastic run here tonight, a fantastic year, and as always, it's a pleasure talking with you, and cannot thank you enough for your time. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and have a wonderful end of your year, and good luck here in 2024.
Thanks, Joe. You guys have a good New Year's, and Steve, I know he's under the weather, but I'm sure he would have been here. I hope he has a great New Year's and Merry Christmas. So thanks a lot, and thanks for everything you guys do. We'll catch you later.
Steve Grant, driver of the number 11, your 3rd place finisher here tonight from Daytona. Folks, that's going to wrap up our coverage here of the HOBO Racing Christmas Special. Again, cannot thank you folks enough at home for tuning in here tonight, for clicking the like button on the video. And for tuning in. We appreciate you so much here on JTN. Want to also thank our friends here at HOBO Racing. Steve Rubino, Steve, we're sending you well wishes. Hope you're feeling better for the holidays this weekend. And again, looking forward to some more HOBO Racing coverage here in 2024. With all that being said, though, folks, we want to send out our holiday wishes and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year. We got one more broadcast this year before the year is over, but not another one until after Christmas. So again, Merry Christmas to you if you to you and your family if you celebrate. Happy New Year if you're not going to be with us next week. And for all of us here at JTN, for Bristol, our producer, I've been Joe Twansky. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we'll see you guys next time live right here on JTN. So long for now, folks. Yeah, and they're going to be 3 wide coming to the checker. Never mind, they're going to be... Oh! Turn 4 into the trials of Whitehill and through the grass. It's going to be Noah Joyce winning his first career race in the Red Bull Cup Series.
Off the ride and a wreckage behind him. The cars flying everywhere. Cars upside down. It doesn't matter. Noah Joyce has done it. He's won at Daytona in the 3 car.
Behind, they're going to be side by side again. Contact there between Cinder and Bordeaux for
The contact! Oakley into the wall. That's going to be Jack Healy coming to the line.
Jack Healy with the Horizon 2